The Florida Joint Center for Citizenship presents The Road to Independence, Video 4, the Tea Act and the Intolerable Acts. The Declaration of Independence, written in 1776, outlined the colonists' complaints against the King of England and their desire to be free and independent. This document played an important role in the American colonies becoming the United States of America. How did this happen? What caused the colonists to write the Declaration of Independence? In this video series, we'll explore key events that took place from 1754 to 1776, and how these events led to the writing of the Declaration of Independence. After watching this video, you'll be able to summarize the events that led to the writing of the Declaration of Independence. So let's get started. For more than 150 years, the colonists lived peacefully under English rule. It wasn't until the mid-1700s that the relationship between the colonists, the English Parliament, and King George III changed and became strained. Some key events occurred that created this difficult relationship. In a previous video, we learned how the American colonists reacted to the assertion of the English government through the Declaratory Act, the financial burdens of the Quartering Act, and the colonists' growing fear of a detached and tyrannical government. In this video, we'll examine the impact of the Tea Act and the Intolerable Acts, and the way they affected the writing of the Declaration of Independence. In 1773, Parliament passed the Tea Act. This act made the British East India Company the only company allowed to import tea into the colonies. In response to the Tea Act, a group of colonists boarded English ships in Boston and dumped hundreds of chests of tea into the harbor. This became known as the Boston Tea Party. After the Boston Tea Party, Parliament passed a series of acts that the colonists called the Intolerable Acts. I bet you can imagine just what was in these. Some of these acts included closing the port of Boston until all Tea Party damage was paid back, making it illegal for English government officials to be brought to the trial in the colonies, ending the colonial government in Massachusetts, and ordering the colonists to house troops even in colonist homes. The relationship between England and the colonies grew worse as Parliament passed these acts. The colonists organized, wrote petitions, and spoke out against the laws. Over time, some of their actions grew violent. They began to form militias to fight the English troops in the colonies. In January 1776, Thomas Paine published Common Sense. This booklet criticized King George III and argued that the colonies should be independent from England. A few months later, Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, which was formally approved by the Continental Congress on July 4, 1776.
Let's check in. How did the colonists react to the Intolerable Acts? Answer. The colonists organized, wrote petitions, and spoke out against the laws. Over time, some of their actions grew violent. Well done.
Let's recap what we've learned so far. In response to the Tea Act, colonists boarded British ships and dumped chests of tea into Boston Harbor. In response to the Intolerable Acts, colonists organized, wrote petitions, and spoke out against the laws. Common Sense argued for independence from England, and the Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson and approved by the Continental Congress on July 4, 1776. Now that we know how the American colonists reacted to the Tea Act and the Intolerable Acts, and how these events contributed to the writing of the Declaration of Independence, I bet you can't wait to explore some of the common themes of the colonists' complaints against the King and Parliament. Be sure to watch the next video, The Road to Independence, Complaints Against the King and Parliament.
Thanks for watching. This video produced for instructional purposes by the Florida Joint Center for Citizenship at the Lou Fry Institute at the University of Central Florida. Video produced and edited by the Florida Joint Center for Citizenship staff.